Now let's recall all book backside exercise, then some important points from lesson 3. Page number 24. Computer works on input, process and output cycle. Input is the set of instructions that we give to the computer. We use a keyboard, mouse, microphone, etc. to provide input. The computer executes the instructions. This is known as processing. CPU is an example of processing device. The results that are shown after processing are known as output. Monitors and speakers are some examples of output devices. Page number 24. Answer the following questions. First one question. How does a computer work? How does a computer work? Answer. A computer takes input, process it and produce output. A computer takes input, process it and produce output. Second one. What do you mean by the following terms? What do you mean by the following terms? First one, input. The instructions that we feed into the computer are called input. The instructions that we feed into the computer are called input. Second one, processing. The process of converting input to output is called processing. The process of converting input to output is called processing. Third one, output. The result produced after processing is called output. The result produced after processing is called output. Next, page number 25. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Answer box is given here. All the answers are available in the answer box. First one, CPU, then output, then input, next process output, next computer, then input. So choose the right answer. First one question, a computer, a does not work on its own. A does not work on its own. So which one is the right answer? Computer. So computer is there. So a computer does not work on its own. Second one, IPO cycle. IPO cycle stands for called input process output. IPO cycle stands for called input process output. So input process output. Then third one, the feeding of instructions into the computer is called. The feeding of instructions into the computer is called input. Fourth one, processing is the work done by the DAS. Processing is the work done by the CPU. Last one, DAS is the result displayed on the monitor. Output. Answer is output. Output is the result displayed on the monitor. Next, true or false. Write T for true and F for false. But you have to write full word. TRUE, true. False means FALSE, false. First sentence, a CPU does the processing. A CPU does the processing is a right sentence. CPU is the processing device. So this sentence is right. Answer is true. TRUE, true. Second sentence, the mouse is an output device. So this is wrong sentence because mouse is an input device, not output device. But they given output device. So this sentence is wrong. Answer is false. FALSE, false. Third one, the keyboard is known as the brain of the computer. The keyboard is known as the brain of the computer is wrong sentence because which one is the brain of the computer? Which one part is known as the brain of the computer? CPU, not keyboard. But they given keyboard. The keyboard is known as the brain of the computer. Wrong sentence. So answer is false. 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 Fourth one. A computer works in 3 steps. Input, process, output. Yes, this sentence is right because based on these steps only computer works on. So this sentence is right. Answer is true. 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 Fifth one. The monitor shows the output. Yes, monitor is an output device because it shows all the pictures, text, documents, all the details we can see through the monitors. So the monitor shows the output. This sentence is right sentence. So answer is true. True. Next, match the following pictures with their correct group. 4 pictures given on left side, 3 names given on right side. IPO cycle. IPO cycle given on right side. Input, processing, output. First one name of the picture CPU. Next one mouse. Then keyboard, monitor. First we have to find out that what type of device is CPU, mouse, keyboard and monitor. First CPU. Can you imagine what type of device is it? Yes, this is a processing device, isn't it? CPU is used to processing all the data. So this is a processing device. CPU is an example of processing device. So just draw from CPU to processing device box. Next one, mouse. So mouse is an input device, isn't it? It is used to give information to the computer. So mouse is an example of input device. So just draw from here to there. Next, keyboard. Keyboard is used to give information to the computer, isn't it? It is used to provide information to the computer, so that it is also known as input device. So just draw one line from here to there. Last one, monitor. Monitor. So this is what type of device? Monitor is an output device. Output device. So it is used to get information from the computer. So monitor is an example of output device. So draw one line from here to there. Now identify the input, process and output in the following activities. They are giving some examples for input, process and output based on our daily activities. First one is making tea. For making tea, first we have to put the vessel on the burner, then have to add all the ingredients one by one. So this picture is an example of input. Next, all the ingredients boiling together. So some processing is going. So it is an example of process. Next, last tea is ready. So it is an example of output. Input, process, output. Next one example, making an omelette. So for making an omelette, we need eggs. So egg is an example of input. So next one is an example of process. Last one, output. Egg is boiling. So last one is an example of output. Last one example, sharpening a pencil. So sharpening a pencil, first new pencil, isn't it? So new pencil is an example of input. So next pencil is sharpened. So this one is an example of process. Next picture, pencil is ready to write. It is an example of output. Process, output, input. Next, write I for input, P for processing, then O for output for the following pictures. First one, what is the name of the first one picture? CPU. So CPU, what type of the device is it? CPU is the processing device, isn't it? So what is the first letter of processing? P. So write P inside this box. Next one, monitor. So what's the name of this picture? Monitor. So monitor is an output device. because it is used to see all the pictures, letters, informations. So monitor is an output device. So O, what is the first letter of output? O. So write O inside this box. Next one, what's the name of the next one picture? Mouse. Mouse is an input device. Mouse is an input device. It is used to give all the information to the computer. So it is an input device. What is the first letter of input? I. So put I inside this box. Last one, keyboard. So what type of the device is it? Keyboard is an input device. It is also used to give all the information to the computer. So write I inside this box. First one processing P, next one output O, next one input I, last one input I. So one more exercise is there on page number 27. Switching on a computer is dash. So switching on a computer is input activity. Clear? So input is the right answer.